Only a lot of kids that in China, they love playing basketball. However, they're still struggling with their schoolwork. What kind of advice you would like to give them to teach them how to balance study and as well as playing basketball?
Just try to, like you said, keep balance. And so always have to be asking yourself, am I doing too much of this or too little of that? And so just keep that balance. Make sure, for me, if I know I have a busy day or a lot of tests on one day, make sure I get ahead. And so the day before, I'm not too crammed, and just trying to make sure that everything's as even as it can, as balanced as I can, so that I can get ahead if I need to get ahead for my schoolwork. And for me, it was always schoolwork first.
All right. Basketball pioneers.
Hey, Deron, glad to see you again. So we all know a lot of teams said no to you before, even cut you. So right now, any regret call or regret letters from those teams to you? Hey man, I know you're good, but we have no choice, something like that.
You know, it's one of those things for me is once I'm gone, once I move past there, I'm past it, and so you know, I know everything happens for a reason, and I really believe that New York is where God wants me right now, and so that, you know, a lot of other things had to happen, including me getting waived, and you know, no grudges on my end, and I don't really know if, you know, on their end how they feel. I mean, I guess you could ask them, but I'm not really planning to prove anything to anyone, or have a grudge. It's not like that for me.
No trash talk, huh?
No trash talk. Sorry.
And if you become a GM in the future for a team, so what gonna you bring your team first? Big talent, big heart, or like a big smart, something like that?
Well, I'm pretty sure I won't be a GM, but I think just like any team, obviously a balance. You need talent, you need smarts, and you need players who will be willing to buy in and be a team. And so I couldn't say any one of the three. I would say as much as I can, all of the three embodied into one team.
Mm-hmm. And you're talking about consistency a lot. You mentioned that I have to learn how to eat right, sleep right, cover things right. So I'm curious, how do you keep searching the right way for yourself? Like you just follow your heart, or your habit, or maybe you just listen to some research, even like a Harvard medical school, something like that.
You know, really. You know, I'm learning. It's just as long as I'm going through this, I'm going to learn, and it's a process. So, obviously, listening to other people at the same time, seeing what works for me.
Hi, Drew.
Hey. Hi, Jeremy.
Hey.
I'm a reporter from Chinese website Taiwanese. My question is, before you mentioned your relationship with Yao Ming, could you elaborate it? And can I say Yao is a role model?
Yeah, Yao's definitely a role model, no question. He's a great guy, unbelievably nice, and he has a huge heart, and you know, he's always taking care of me. Even before anything happened, he was always there, taking me to eat, making sure I was okay, and giving me advice. And so, you know, he watches like as many of my games as he can, and that says a lot on his part. That he's over there in China watching my games, and I know sometimes he can't because he has class, yes. But maybe one day he can skip class and watch one of my games.
And now, you know, you join a ton of media attention. I want to know if Yao has given you some advice to handle this situation.
Yeah, I talked to him yesterday. We were texting back and forth about the media and how much media there is.
Yes.
And he gave me some good advice. He said just get used to it. You can't run from it. And so, and I told him I wasn't 7'6", so it's a little easier for me than it was for him. But you know, he just gives me advice on everything, and everything from basketball to life to media to handling family and friends. So he's been definitely a mentor in that area.
Next question there, Sina.com. We have the last two questions.
Hi Jeremy, I watched your interviews before. You said you have the goals like being in the rotation, being a starter, and now you did that all, and now you are in the All-Star week. So what is your personal goal for the next?
I think continue to help the team and to eventually build towards winning a championship. And I think that's the goal of any player in this league, is to really win a championship. And so obviously a very, very tough thing to do, but I think we have the talent, or I know we have the talent to be able to do it.
I noticed you and Landry do the interesting routines before the game. So how did you guys come up with these ideas?
We just try to be creative, include a little bit of everything into it, and so it's just a little bit of who we are and our similarities, and built into a little creative handshake before the game.
It's your idea most?
It was both. We worked on it, and we both kind of came up. We both put our input into it, so it was mutual.
Thank you.
Yeah.
The last question, please.
From China Business Network Weekly again. Who came up with the plan to apply to register for the Linsanity trademark, and how do you plan to turn it into something that goes with your vision?
Well, that's my team came up with the idea to apply for the trademark, and what we want to be able to do is just to be able to control and the products that go out, and make sure that everything is the way that is representative of me and the vision that we want. And so I don't want to give too much away, but we're brainstorming, and we're thinking of ways to be creative, strategic, and at the same time to be as relatable as we can. And for me to make sure, the important thing is that I don't put on a facade. I don't be someone that I'm not. I just want to be as real as I can, and hopefully people can embrace that and understand that.
Okay, thank you.
The last one over there.
Okay, my question is much more easier. And we know that your major is economics, so it compared to the basketball is much more boring. So what kind of the classes you like most in your college?
I really like sociology. Sociology classes. I think social work is something that I'm really interested in, and so understanding communities, poverty, how to break the cycle, how communities and society became the way it is, pop culture, different things like that. So just understanding a lot of society is kind of what interests me.
So do you use like social network, like Twitter or Facebook?
I use Twitter and Facebook.
Which one you like the most, or what kind of something besides the basketball you like the most, make you happier in your amateur time?
I think for me, I love being around people, and so my family and friends. Anytime I get a chance, that's what I want to do, and it doesn't really matter what I do when I'm with my family and friends, because as long as I'm around them, I'm pretty happy.
Okay, thank you.
Yep.
Thank you very much, Jeremy, for the time.
Thanks,
everybody.